really cool to be a part of a show where people are calling us and saying they want to be on the show.
Let's do this!
Working with Juliette Lewis was an absolute honor in the first place. I loved every minute of her, and again, you know, the fight, I love doing fight sequences.
Sweetheart, where have you been? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty funny story. You know, I know a lot of people say that, but this actually is.
Yeah, we got married, sweetheart.
That's not the funny version.
Married? This whore?
Maybe you need to read it again.
And you guys walk through. And cut.
I think one of the things that actors are drawn to on this show is they get to really come in and play some kind of weird character a lot of times on our show and come into our world and really have fun with it.
Well, Greg Garcia, he created this whole world, and it must be a thrill for him to see it come to life. He's just such an easygoing guy, but a terrific writer and just an amazing creative talent to come up with this concept and these characters.
Greg is smart, funny. He's the show, basically, as a person. He's smart, he's funny, but he has a lot of heart. And he said at the very beginning, look, this is a funny show. It's a comedy. It's on NBC. It's funny. It's meant to be funny. But why not actually try to inspire some, you know, those who are willing to sort of experience that along the way? Why not try to just kind of put something out there while being funny? And I thought that was really interesting because we're goofing off all the time and having a good time and making jokes and blah, 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 blah. But there are actually people out there that are genuinely moved by the show. And the fact that that was an intention of Greg's is pretty cool.
Good. Cut.
Greg and the writers have a really good ability to blend the comedy and the heart. And I think that's imperative. I think if it was just, you know, a romp through the entire episode without some sort of emotional payoff, it would probably get stale over time. But I think the fact that at the end they get the heartstrings a little bit, it really makes it work.
The writing process is, you know, much like it is on a lot of sitcoms. It's very collaborative. We have 12 really talented writers, and we kind of come up with stories together, and then they'll do a fantastic job of tweaking a script and making changes. And the bottom line is it's very collaborative. It's a very much a team effort.
The combination of humor and heart it's a delicate dance, and so usually there's a place towards the end of every script that's really hard to write and engage just right. That it's not gonna gross you out and suck, you know. And at the same time, it makes you feel like, oh man, I'm glad I went on this journey.
One of the best compliments I've ever gotten on the show, I think, is that somebody told me that they like it, it's funny, you know, it totally makes them laugh, but the reason they really like it is because it makes them feel good when they watch it. And I think that's the mark of a good comedy. I like to feel good when I watch a movie or a TV show, and so we can do that for people. That's pretty cool.
He actually had the intention of, hey, why not put something out there that people might be inspired by? So I think that's been a big part of why the show's been so successful, because, you know, of that heart, and a lot of that comes from Greg. I must get back to shooting. My mouth is dry because I've just given you a bunch of words in a row, but I think that should cover everything. Signing off, I'm Jason Lee. Back to you in the studio, Frank. Check on the mic level, check. Check on the mic level, check, mic. Hi, this is Jason Lee, checking back in with you for yet another bonus feature on the My Name is Earl DVD. It is currently, well, I'd say about 7:07 a.m. right now, perhaps 7:12. What time is it, Patricia?
7:20.
7:20. I'm about to shave the mustache. I started growing it in July, perhaps late June of '05, because we started shooting the first season in mid-August. So I've had the mustache for about 8 months, and I'm quite happy to get rid of it. My makeup artist, Peggy Teague, who has just arrived, is going to be shaving it for me, or better yet, I'm going to shave it myself. I'm so sick of the bastard. I'm about to remove television history, but just for the summer. We'll be back for season 2. And kids, it's as simple as that. Does it look like I have any hair on my chest at all? No, it doesn't. It's not going to be distracting. Plus, I have the jacket that'll help cover. Hair covering panel. If you would feel. That's cool. Baby, I think I might be more your type than you think.
I'll do your side work when you come back over. Watch your nails now. Before and
Changed. What's your frame here, Earl?
Just below the knee.
Below the knee?
Yeah.
Relax, baby. I just want to get friendly. Oh my. Certainly has been a while since I viewed that. I hope you didn't find it upsetting. You didn't? Great. Well, be sure to stay a poo, nafat nu. Oh, full-bodied.
You're on the bus.
We feel pressure every week to do the best show we can do. Beyond that, I don't think we put pressure on ourselves. Like, whether the Nielsen ratings are high or low, we just want every week to be proud of the show we're doing.
Good job, everybody. Thank you.
So at the risk of sounding really silly, do I believe in karma? Yeah, I really do. I actually, at one of the press conferences for the show, somebody asked, do you believe in karma? And, you know, Greg and I and the cast were all up there. Nobody was answering. So I was like, all right, I'll take this. I said, I believe in karma, and I think this show is a good indication of karma because the show feels serendipitous. I said we have a cast that we couldn't have asked for a better cast. A show that was never supposed to be on the air is on the air. All these pieces are working, and I feel like that's karma. And the woman who asked the question said, can I get an answer that's not the network spin? Can somebody give me an honest answer? So I kind of slunk down in my chair, but that's honestly how we all feel. We feel like this thing kind of is meant to be, and I think we all feel really lucky to be part of it.
Everyone here has this, like, a youthful air about them, you know? Like, everyone seems to be in touch with their inner child or something, man. I don't know if everyone meditates or does yoga or whatever, but everyone's just really got this, a peace about them, you know? Like, there's a harmony, and you feel it.
It's all fun and dandy, but it's just a feel-good show. You know, you turn on Earl, you watch it, and for 30 minutes, you feel fuzzy and warm.
Ultimately, this all came from Garcia, because he got us Buckland, he got us our writers, and they got us our crew, and then they got us, and You know, it just never happens. It's so rare. It really is so rare. And so, you know, out of everybody, you gotta give kudos to Garcia for pretty much all of it. I think we all got good karma, hence why we're here.
You know, definitely the whole premise of this show is karma and making up for your past wrongs and trying to be a better person, and you know that he believes that or acts that way in his life.
It's one of those things where it was a meant-to-be situation where everything fell into place, and when you have a situation like that, it's just easy. It's just easy. It was meant to be for Ethan, for me, for Greg, to be able to say, hey, I can do something else. Look at it. It's called My Name is Earl.
I like to believe that there's a little magical sense to it, too, that, like, you know, if you do good things, then perhaps there is some kind of force out there that's rewarding you for doing those good things. That may not be true, but I don't think it's a bad thing to believe.
And the People's Choice Award for favorite new TV comedy is My Name is Earl.